Chapter 42 Demonized Warrior. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. In 1 year's time, Zhu Chen's deployment in Taiping Mansion was pretty good. He secretly controlled 3 villages and 4 sects, with a total number of more than 5,000 people. The specific process is also simple and crude: directly rely on strong force to suppress it. Anyone who refuses to obey will be killed. Unlike Gu Shang, Zhu Chen had certain management skills. He issued a series of policies so that his subordinates would not rebel in a short period of time and would be relatively stable. He asked everyone to be loyal to Gu Shang. According to his own investigation, there are already more than a dozen loyal people, that is, the loyalty is above 90. Although he couldn't see the loyalty, he could still feel it at a rough level. Put these people in management positions and continue top-down control. He also opened 10 inns around Taiping Mansion to get news. In addition, there are other shops that are expanding bit by bit. Gu Shang's own strength also increased partially. He spent some time to add the 500 masters. Nowadays, there are more than 2,000 people with a loyalty level of over 90, and there is no shortage of manpower. In terms of strength, the Qi cultivation level has reached about 1,300 years, and the attack power and attack range are even stronger. Day City is still stable. He asked Zhou Wudao to check the news about Chenfeng. But he got nothing. One night, Cici knocked on Gu Shang's door. "Sir, something happened." Gu Shang opened the door and looked at her doubtfully. After Zhu Chen left, Cici was in charge of the organization this year. She has good abilities and is good at coordinating various complex events. Just now, a member of the organization died. He went out to buy alcohol and was attacked by a black shadow on the road. He died tragically. In addition, we also found this note. Cici took it out. Gu Shang narrowed his eyes. There was a line written on the note. "Little Lian, die." It seemed that someone was deliberately targeting him. "Take me to see it. This secret enemy is so disgusting and must be found quickly. As for how to find it, he has his own means." During this year, his ever-changing true power has taken a further step, giving him greater control over his true energy. As long as there are traces of innate Qi on the other party, he can follow this aura to find it. Street, this place has been cleared by the organization. A team of members stood around, ready. Cici came with Gu Shang. "The methods are very cruel." Gu Shang sighed. The corpse on the ground was very miserable, with broken limbs, a deformed head from being beaten, and blood all over the body. In addition, there were black scars. "Release some of the gangqi." Gu Shang closed his eyes. "The other party has a protective aura attached to it. It's a very strong aura." Knowing the direction, he gave the order. "Find someone to bury her properly and give her a sufficient pension. The rest of you, come with me." With one step, the gangqi exploded, and he stepped forward into the air. Hundreds of organization members followed closely behind him. They lacked strength and could only follow by jumping on buildings. Many pedestrians on the street noticed it. "Isn't this a member of the organization? The organization founded by that young master of the Li family. It's so late, what are they going to do?" Everyone was talking a lot. After a few minutes, Gu Shang came to an alley and stood at a high altitude. He saw the target at a glance. "Interesting, aren't they human?" At the end of the alley, a strange-looking man was about to turn over and continue to escape. He has a strong body, head, and body covered with black scales, with a black tail dangling from behind, making him look like a lizard man. "Come die." From a distance of more than 100 meters, he stretched out his hand. The gangqi left the body and turned into a palm to grab the lizard man. Now, the distance between his gangqi and his body is 120 meters. Stab la la. As soon as gangqi's palm came into contact, the lizard man's body began to melt. Gu Shang reacted quickly. "My power is stronger. In addition, this guy's bloodline and mine should be different. The bloodline nemesis has taken effect. Take it back quickly." He came to the other party in one step. "This guy is already dying." Drops of black pus dripped from his body, and his breath became weaker and weaker. "Why does this guy look familiar?" These facial features look like they have been seen before somewhere. The black lizard man saw him and closed his eyes without hesitation. Accompanied by a burst of black air, his body slowly melted. "Is this suicide?" Gu Shang touched his chin and suddenly thought of it. This is one of Wang Zai's guards. He had seen this guard more than once that year. Interesting, my dear grandpa, are you planning to take action against me? Gu Shang licked his lips. He directly caused Wang Tong's death last year, and he has no contact with the Wang family. Even if something happens, it is the father and mother who will mediate it. This kind of power is definitely that of a monster. It seems that the old man has had some adventures. Gu Shang thought slowly. With this level of power, with my 1300 years of positive energy, I can easily kill him without a bloodline nemesis. The overall strength is several levels lower than Duanmu Wuxia. After having the bloodline nemesis, he was confident that he could now defeat the opponent with one move. Try it out. If you are too weak, don't blame me. Gu Shang smiled. Back then, he had a mother and a father, so it was difficult for him to do anything, but now, this grandpa is colluding with the monster, which gives him a perfect reason. Also, what kind of monster is it? No matter what, since you have taken action against me, you must be prepared to be killed by me. After finding someone to clean up the debris on the ground, Gu Shang turned and walked towards the organization headquarters. Just went back. Cici then provided Gu Shang with new information. They discovered that in the past month, the Wang family had purchased a large amount of medicinal materials to replenish qi and blood, spending almost half of the entire Wang family's savings. No one can guess what Wang Qisheng, the head of the Wang family, is doing. These things are definitely related to the monster last night. Could it be that they used these medicinal materials to create monsters? Gu Shang thought of this. Standing up, he jumped and flew towards the Wang family. In the entire organization, only I can fight against these monsters. If I try it out, I will do it myself. Gu Shang was a little excited. The gang qi on his body shook wildly and violently impacted backwards, speeding up his flight speed. Wang family, watching the last confidant drink the medicine, Wang Zai nodded with satisfaction. Father, my Wang family now has 300 demonized warriors. Every demonized warrior can kill a strong master with one strike. Wang Qisheng looked excited, and then he sighed. It's just a pity that this kind of power has too strong side effects. Otherwise, let alone killing Lian, it is not impossible to compete in the world. Chapter 43, Precision Strikes When Poor, Firepower Coverage When Rich. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. After becoming a demonized warrior, lifespan is reduced to 1 year, and it is impossible to have children again, but at the same time, it also uses a powerful force. The number is almost there. Looking at the sturdy and weird-looking confidants in front of him, Wang Zai nodded with satisfaction. Qisheng, Qishan, how are the people sent out? That he leaned on a cane, and his heart, which had been silent for many years, became particularly excited. No news has come yet. The head of the Wang family, Wang Qisheng, said. Wang Zai held the cane. Get ready to act. More than 300 demonized warriors who can kill the master in seconds. Lian is dead. Gu Shang killed his son and grandson. They are all his most beloved, and he will not let this account go easily. Father, it's ready. In addition, we have also notified the Zhang family, the Yun family, and the Qian family. After this time, my Wang family will control the entire Day City. This is the biggest motivation for Wang Qisheng to act. Avenging his son can only be said to be a byproduct. Father, won't you wait any longer? The second son Wang Qishan hesitated. Also, how will we explain to Ruoshi? This time, we must be enemies with the Li family, that he has the best relationship with the fourth sister Wang Ruoshi, and he can't bear to see such a scene. Wang Zai sneered. From the moment Tong'er died, she was no longer my daughter. You don't have a sister like her either. At that time, if she knows what's good for her, I'll spare her life. If she's stubborn, I'll kill her. Wang Zai's tone was gloomy. The next moment, he turned directly into a lizard man covered with black scales. Lian's son, I paid such a big price. You must die. Feeling the explosive power in his body, he couldn't help laughing. In his mind, the monster figure with a snake head and a human body appeared again. Wang Qisheng and Wang Qishan looked at each other and nodded to each other. The night was slightly cool, and the sky was getting darker. Around the Wang family, there was a sound of killing. Shang stood at an altitude of 80 meters, and his eyes clearly saw the scene below. Black Lizard Man. Interesting. It seems that it was the Wang family who did it. Where did they get this power? Shang shook his head. They have already attacked me and the Li family. If you still hold back, you are really stupid. The corner of his mouth rose, and his fox eyes turned again and again. Wang family, I will give you a big gift first. Shang slowly descended and pressed his right hand down. A large amount of energy surged out, forming a huge golden palm print. It was more than 30 meters long, chopping through the waves. It descended from the sky with powerful force. Father. Wang Qisheng frowned, looking at the changes above his head. His face was ugly. Lian is here. Wang Qishan's expression changed. How can he be so fast? That he couldn't figure out how Lian knew that they were the ones who did it. The atmosphere in the Wang family was very strange. Wang Zhe sneered. Everyone, hide around and prepare to fight back. He prepared a lot for this operation. The third generation of young people and 1/3 of the Wang family's property were transferred, leaving a spark for the Wang family. If successful, his Wang family will become the new helmsman of Day City. If it fails, the Wang family will have a glimmer of hope. A group of confidants reacted quickly and jumped to avoid it. Shang was disdainful. 1 palm can be avoided, but what about 100 palms, 1,000 palms? He remembered a saying like this: if you are poor, you can strike accurately; if you are rich, you can cover with firepower. Palm after palm flew out of his hand. The golden light illuminated half of Day City and flashed many people's eyes. Li family. Li Zhong looked at the scene over there and shook his head. Xuanhuan will not take action easily without a reason. It seems that the Wang family has done something again. Qin Xian, lead 1,000 guards to surround the Wang family. Don't let anyone go. Tell the servants to keep an eye on Ruoshi. Gritting his teeth, he led people to rush over. He unconditionally supported his son's decision. As a father, this is the only thing he can give to his son. Qin Xian's eyes flickered. With such a powerful force, is this still a human being? That this level of power is enough to destroy the entire Day City. Looking back to the past, the young master was still a little kid who peed and covered in mud. City Lord's mansion. Xuanhuan was eating. Looking at the golden brilliance above his head, his chopsticks fell to the ground. It's that kid's doing again. In the entire Day City, the only one who can have such means is Lian of the Li family. He is really a pervert. Bring your men and horses, and follow me to attack. Let's see the excitement. Xuanhuan said as he put down his bowls and chopsticks. The Zhang family, the Yun family, and the Qian family also saw this scene, and they all made a decision: keep the troops in place. If Lian kills the Wang family, they will pretend that nothing has happened. If Lian dies, they will take action again to help the Wang family unify the great cause. They had seen the Wang family's methods, but they didn't have much confidence. After all, Lian was too strong back then. Boom boom boom. One after another, the palm prints fell, covering the entire Wang family, repeatedly crossing. Shang did not miss any area. He slapped at least 15 palms on every place. Is he human? Wang Qishan was horrified. What the hell is this? I thought I could fight normally after dodging a palm, but what's the result? The other party didn't even come down, just fight in the sky. They can't fly, so they can't fight back. The most important thing is that the golden palm is too strong. The first palm print fell, a building collapsed, and the Wang family reacted quickly and were not affected. But then, palm prints fell one after another. The coverage is too broad. No matter how fast they run, they can't escape. Stab. Stab. Wang Qishan watched helplessly as more than a dozen black lizards were melted, like a basin of water poured on the newly emerged sparks. There was no comparison between the two. The demonized warriors of the Wang family were quickly destroyed. One after another died. Pfft. Wang Qishan and Wang Qisheng were also slapped, and turned into night liquid, which was quickly evaporated and melted. Shang used Gang Qi to float in the air and kept waving his palms. This is my first time fighting such a wealthy battle. He smiled, but his eyes were fixed on Wang Zhe. He felt that among the Wang family, Wang Zhe was the strongest. Under one round of attack, the entire Wang family was in ruins. 99% of the demonized warriors died, only Wang Zhe survived. He was covered in scars, and the black scales were broken one after another. Heat kept coming out of my body. Standing in the ruins, he gasped and looked angrily at Gu Shang above his head. Lian. He grabbed a stone with his right hand and threw it wildly, very fast. He repeated this routine. In an instant, dozens of stones impacted upwards. Chapter 50 Research Changes. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Life in Tianshuang City is very stable. Gu Shang spent most of his time sitting on the big stone at the city gate. He likes to watch the sun rise and set here. Cici specially changed the position of the gate of Tianshuang City and built a new courtyard for him here. The more than 700 members of his organization are very idle. Tianshuang City is small, they run it easily and spend most of their time doing other things. The year he came to Tianshuang City, Gu Shang was 22 years old. 3 years later, he gives people in the organization a choice, gave them freedom. After losing their power, they can leave here and do what they like. The members of the organization are no longer useful to Gu Shang. In terms of cultivation, he can do it by himself. There were more than 700 people, and 200 people left. Gu Shang gave them the power to transform into the gang realm, and they traveled around the world. Chase the things you love. The remaining people chose to follow Gu Shang forever and live with him in this small town. They lived and worked peacefully in Tianshuang City, got married, and had children. Zhu Chen wrote a letter to his son in Day City, and then he became Gu Shang's exclusive servant, busy with various matters in life and cultivation. Cici gave the management of Tianshuang City to another person, returned to Gu Shang and started working as a maid. Time flies. 10 years have passed. Gu Shang is 35 years old. After practicing for a long time, his strength became stronger. With more than 4,000 years of qi cultivation, he could create a hole as large as 100 meters with one palm. The infinite gang qi allows him to destroy a city in a short time, even breaking a mountain. There are very few opportunities to use the secret method of flesh and blood, and only the blood kai is worn by him, or because the clothes are good and durable. For the past 10 years, he has been studying one thing, how to combine the secret method of flesh and blood with gang qi. The secret method of flesh and blood is a cultivation method of some evil cultivators. It has too many shortcomings and too many restrictions. Even those with Taoist background will not choose this method. The secret method of flesh and blood has no special power and cannot break through the defenses of monsters and monsters. Theoretically, the power possessed by demons, ghosts, and ascetics is the same, but with different names. Positive energy can cause corrosive damage to them, but it is ineffective against flesh and blood secrets. His gang qi cannot corrode shui kai. This door seems to only work on ordinary people. Gu Jiu guessed that those evil cultivators used it to win over ordinary people. He didn't want this secret technique to be so useless. Another 10 years passed like this. He is 45 years old. The next day, Gu Shang walked out of the cultivation state. He was dressed in white clothes, and he was also made of blood. After being born, he reached the limit of human lifespan, 150 years. Although he is 45 years old, he still looks young and handsome. It is feasible to fuse positive gang qi and blood. Gu Shangmei smiled happily. In this way, the blood kai, spikes, and alien bodies condensed with this positive blood can also cause harm to monsters and monsters. It took 2 months. Gu Shang tried to create another special transformation method in his body step by step. After the true energy is transformed into the powerful energy, it automatically flows into the blood. This process is painful. Gu Shang endured it. After holding on for more than 10 minutes, he got used to the pain. Yang Gang qi will enter the blood every moment, which means that he is suffering from this kind of pain all the time. Positive blood consumption. Gu Shang stood up and tried to use his ability. Spikes. After 20 years of research, he made some adjustments to the contents of these 3 chapters with his strong understanding. Gu Shang raised his hand, and a black long sword rushed out from his palm, and he held it smoothly. The long sword turned over and was covered with a layer of faint golden light. Success. Gu Shang was pleasantly surprised. The long sword was transformed into a sharp thorn, and now it has taken on the power of Yang Gang qi. Shui kai. The one on his body faded away instantly, and then, a new set of black clothes stretched again, covering his entire body. Although the appearance has not changed, Shui Kai now has the power of positive energy and can completely block attacks from monsters and monsters. Gu Shang frowned. The only problem is the transformation device. In order to maintain this power, I must constantly integrate the positive energy into the blood. Although the energy is strong, the blood is unlimited, but this diverted some of his energy away from full-scale fighting. Then we will seize the time to overcome this problem. Gu Shang made up his mind, holding the long sword, he swung it hard, laugh. 100-meter-long golden sword light was thrown out, cutting a deep ravine into the ground. Cici, who was watering flowers in another yard, shook her head. He said to Zhu Chen, who was sweeping the floor, "Let's go find someone to clean up. Young master is so boring. He has to come here every month." Zhu Chen waved his hand. "As long as the young master likes it." 20 years, there are more wrinkles on Zhu Chen's face. He has not yet broken through his innateness, and time has left heavy marks on his body. So is Cici. She is also in her 40s this year, because of martial arts training. Although there are no wrinkles on his face, the skin has begun to relax. In this era, if you eat well, drink well and take good care of yourself, ordinary people can live up to 90 years, without breaking through the innate. There is no way to reach the human limit of 150 years old. Gu Shang took back his sword. "Okay, this attack power is the same as my Yang Qi," that he was very satisfied. Then comes the final alienation. The positive blood in the body is consumed crazily, his body expanded and he became a giant. 20 years of research allowed him to increase his height to about 8 meters. This time he is a real giant. Gu Shang clenched his fist, which was also covered with the power of Yang Gang Qi. "After the alienation, my overall strength has increased again. In hand-to-hand combat, it is 5 times stronger than before the alienation." Gu Shang shrank back. From now on, alienation will be called the second form. Suddenly thinking of something, Gu Shangjie stood up. He actually wanted to name its super transformation form, Dachu. It's still that snowy mountain. The snowflakes are falling slowly, and the mountains are covered with snow for hundreds of miles. Mountain top, a figure suddenly moved. He was wearing a white hat and white robe, and his eyes were covered by a mask. "Well, has it been 25 years, that he raised his hand to hold the mask? Now my practice is at a critical moment." Bai Feng shook his head and reached out to hold a piece of white talisman paper. "Huang, go to Dajo, take this guide talisman and kill the target." In the distance, a yellow light rushed towards me. It was a thin yellow dog. Bai Feng stroked its head. "You were seriously injured back then, but Xiao Fengzi blocked a fatal blow for you. You have to repay your kindness, do you understand?" The yellow dog nodded, bit the talisman in his hand, and swallowed it, then barked. Bai Feng smiled. "With your level of strength, you should be able to kill him." According to the power fluctuations that Xiao Fengzi fed back, that guy's strength was below the level, and a Huang is a real person.